Welcome back to another episode of Rip, baby. We got two new guests in the building. We got Terrek and Stelle with us, aka Mr. Fat.
Y'all was supposed to introduce yourselves.
I was
AKA
he took the time.
Stella. You know what I'm
You just
saying?
call me say Stella?
Stella.
No, that's Stelle.
Stellar?
Stella.
I thought it was just that. Okay.
Stella, love. Don't matter. It's Christelle. That's it, man. How everybody doing today?
Okay.
We alright. We got 3 college students up here. So how y'all doing?
Yeah.
How's school?
School's stressful. Ain't nothing new.
Senior year out here.
Yeah, I hate it even more than freshman year.
Damn.
You hated freshman year?
I hated freshman year.
It was a lot.
Oh my god.
It was a lot.
Nah, freshman year was actually type late.
Yeah, bro. Freshman year was lit.
Well, we didn't really care about that.
It was a lot, but it was lit. It was a lot.
We went to Yale. That's different.
Yeah, we
went to Eastern.
Y'all on a different level.
Lit isn't new here.
Hey, y'all lit got money. Y'all lit got a whole
You like
lot of
in
money,
mad
bro.
like different type of like organizations. You just all over the place.
Eastern just bold.
But when I was doing sports when I was first year, so I didn't have time to be a part of anything else. It was too much. Too much.
I don't understand how people just playing sports.
Yeah.
Like, playing collegiate sports is like.
It's intense. 2 practices a day, like 7 hours of practice a day. It was insane.
Couldn't be a student athlete. I'd be down.
I would.
I'll be dead.
You would?
I would too.
It'll focus me up, honestly.
I ain't gonna fuck.
No, it didn't.
Nigga, you tired after the classes.
Stuff. It did
What
help
did you
with
play?
scheduling. I rode crew.
It's literally
Doing
just
that.
Imagine doing
It's
2 a
like-
day.
Yeah, it's really
practice,
intense.
sleep.
And they like,
Yeah, you get on a schedule. It's mostly legs.
It's mostly legs.
Like you know the machine in the gym, the erg
Yeah.
machine. Anyway, we don't have to talk about rowing today.
hey fam, we like, you know, we kind of wanted to talk about, you know, the theme of today is love versus lust, and we'll like, you know, get into all of that. So what y'all thinking, man? We all in our 20s. You know, everything that we ever like see on social media, we be seeing just people talking about cheating and stuff like that. Want to fuck this person, want to fuck that person. What's your ideas, man? What y'all gotta say?
I feel like the ideals of this generation is just all over the place. High key, I just feel like it's so misconstrued, and not everybody has a real set idea of what they really want. It's more of what media is putting out there and what they're grasping.
And also what they see in their like familial relationships, so like whether or not they have 2 parents in the household, like what the dynamic looks like. I feel like there's a lot of divorces happening, so like love for people, some people don't believe in it anymore. So
Isn't the divorce rate like 50-50?
it's so high right now, and like
50%.
Bro, it'd be after like the first or second year
It's
of
like
marriage.
50%. It's like
niggas divorced.
50%, and they be gone after like
yeah.
them 90-day fiancés be real, dog.
No,
You ever see
and
the-
then
the
you see
90
these
day-
reality TV shows, and you're like,
Ain't thinking that's how you supposed
They
to
was
find
looking
your
for
love.
sister wives, bro. Sister wives. I'll be damned if a nigga
Oh.
What? I'll be damned if he says, "Oh, you want to get a sister wife?" Excuse me.
You really think you couldn't do, bro? On TikTok, I be seeing mad poly relationships.
That you gotta really be like
Wait, I forgot what a
mentally
poly relationship
okay
is.
with
like
a
you're
polygamous.
open to hooking up with other people.
It's like multiple people in a relationship.
Mm-mm.
Hell no.
It's usually like one guy, two girls.
Someone once
one
asked
guy,
me if I
guys.
wanted to be in a poly relationship with them.
What I look like sharing.
I was
Actually,
like-
I'm not even gonna hold you. I did a poly relationship in high school.
Yeah.
Was it lit?
I at first I was the one that introduced it. I was like, let's try this for real quick. And he wasn't with it, but I was like, it's only like we could test it out.
Mm.
So I was doing my shit.
So we did a test run.
You gotta
Yeah, I was like doing a
you also
test
gotta
run.
understand, too,
I wasn't
that,
with it though. I was like, yeah, I don't fuck with this. I'm a one person type of person.
Men are hypocrites.
One man
like,
type of person.
we're I can admit, like, I'm a hypocrite. Like, if my girl was like, hey, let's just, like, bring another girl into the relationship, I'll be like, okay, we'll see what goes. But if she come to me like, I think we should bring another man, I'll be like, you want to die?
I'm not sure, but I don't think poly relationships are necessarily like that's different. That's like if you've ever seen the show The Politician, it's a really good show. But like a 3-way relationship is different from a poly relationship. A poly relationship is where you can see other people, but you're the main couple. meaning like you always come back to your like person, even though you've seen other people.
bro.
That's what I thought it was.
can't do that.
Because I think it's like you can date other people, but you're not serious with other people. You're only serious with the other person, or you can just date around other people, but you're consistent with the person you decide to have a poly relationship.
There was actually a relationship like that. I saw it with my own eyes back in my high school. 3 people, I kid you not, together. You always see them together. And then I remember there was in my math class. They skipped a math exam to go get married. All 3 of them.
Wait, they call it a throuple. It's like a very like no, it's like a new thing. It's like a throuple.
Listen, I'll be honest with you.
They all have sex together too.
I didn't think I needed to know that information.
But
my insecurity.
it's different because you're all
voice,
having
voice.
sex together too. It's not like the same as like this Muslim culture was brought up, but like it's not the same because you're all having sex together. Like all your like the throuple is the throuple.
Yes,
Like,
yeah, 3.
you're doing everything together, like the 3 of you. Polyamorous is more
My
like.
insecurity
But my
too
thing
high.
is,
Like, I can't
doesn't
do
somebody
that
get
shit.
jealous if one of them gets more attention than the other? Because I feel like that's gonna
Somebody
cause so
always
many
gonna end up
problems.
jealous, bro. You have to be mentally okay with being in a polygamy.
I can't do that. Like, nah, I'm
I
sorry,
don't got
I
it in me.
can't.
I don't got it in me because one day I'm gonna just snap. Like,
Yeah.
yo, get out! You gotta go.
I'll be honest, like
It's just in the middle of dinner. You gotta go. Get out! Like, it's just me and her now. That's it. I'm snapping. Like, I
Picking the
can't.
clothes up, tossing it.
But what if they kick you out? What if
Niggas ain't kicking me out my crib, bro. They not.
Yeah.
It's like last one hired, first one fired. Like, it's the last one that bitch you leaving. You know, you gotta go. You got to go, bro.
I'm telling you, like I just, even if it's just like me and like my girlfriend and another woman, like I just feel like I can't do it. Like
You know, I was playing it. That's no.
I just feel like at the end of the day, like sometimes I'm gonna think about like, what if she like turned fully lesbian, and then like you said, they kick me out. Like,
Bro, nobody can take your girl like another girl.
Yo, bro, I done seen it too many times, bro.
Like another girl.
Dudes be like, I love my girl. Then she gone. She gone, bro.
all right, but like back to love versus lust. I'm sorry, that was
No, I
real
mean
quick.
that's
I mean, yeah, that's part of it.
If you really think
That's part of
about
it,
it.
like
That's part
lust
of the lust
for
part.
another person in your relationship, like the dynamics of your relationship to be,
People be-
especially because people want to spice up their relationship. They go to swingers parties and stuff
But
like
I
that.
feel like sometimes them spicing it up, they be taking the wrong turns and fucking up the whole entire dynamic and relationship,
Exactly.
and like it just like
You ever see the
It falls
joint
apart
Tinder
after.
accounts?
Boy, what?
Those make no sense.
Yes, bro.
They
Bro,
make no
I was
sense.
Looking
literally
for a third.
they'd be looking for a third, and it's just like,
What do you mean? What is this?
No, I don't
I think those
mean.
are traps.
well, I'm not on Tinder,
Set
so I
people
don't know.
I mean, obviously, like I want to respect
Yeah.
other people's like kinks and like their like sexualities, and like if someone wants to be in a relationship with 3 people, like go ahead,
I'm
do
just
your
not the
thing.
third.
That's just not for me.
I think I won't be the third.
And I don't want
bro.
someone
You know
trying to
what
push me into a 3-person
Yeah.
relationship or a polyamorous relationship.
He'd be like, hey, I think you and this girl would be good together.
Nah.
What? What do you mean?
I don't think so.
Nah, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, let me ask you this. Okay, what if it's you and your boyfriend, right?
Yeah.
And y'all talking about cheating or whatever, but he says if you were like to fuck another girl or for her girl to go down on you, that's not really considered cheating to him, but to you, like that's like, bro, like that's still a whole nother person having intercourse with me.
I think that's
Like,
more cheating than
That's
going
crazy.
with the guy. Like,
Wait,
'cause
so
that-
wait, hypothetically,
One more
like,
time,
in
one more
this
time, I'm
situation,
sorry.
like he's telling me to have sex with another
No, like
woman.
he's saying he's like y'all talking about cheating, and y'all bring up like what if I did this with a female? And he's like I don't consider that cheating. So
Because
like,
it's
what
a
would-
female.
Yeah, because it's a female. Like
There's a
what?
lot of people who actually think like
There's a lot of people who
Crazy.
think
A
like
lot of
this.
people who actually think like
Honestly,
you
like,
crazy.
what would you say to that? Honestly,
Either way.
I feel like
I mean,
You could go with her.
that sounds a little like,
You could go
like
with
if
her.
they're not respecting the fact that people can have like homosexual relationships, that sounds a little whack to me. Like they're not equating this like a straight relationship with a
That's what I'm
homosexual
saying.
relationship.
Like,
They're
a girl can take
they're
your
like,
girl
it's
just like a
different.
guy can take your girl.
Like they're
Why
like,
you-
oh, it's different if a
why
girl
you
takes you
generalizing
because
it
it's not
like
that?
it doesn't
Exactly.
mean anything. Like there's meaning behind a relationship with a woman and a woman. There's meaning behind a
A
relationship.
girl can
And
pleasure
if you
another
wanna
woman way
specify
better than
it-
a man can. So like,
if you want to specify, it could be like a girly girl, or it could be a dyke, or it could be a stud.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't really matter at which levels it is.
Yeah, I mean, I'm taking a sex and gender.
You said it might.
right?
Okay, how?
No.
How? If there's levels to it, how does it like? How does it really change the fact that regardless it's still cheating?
I mean,
Like, how does it, like...
Wait, no, I
feel like
still
that's
think,
still
like,
cheating.
either way it's cheating. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
like either way. Like,
But I feel
if
like
I catch you in
force-
another bed, it could catch you in a bed with somebody that's not me.
But you think if they're more masculine, then it's like worse,
Or do you think it's for more feminine, you'll be like, she a girly girl, it doesn't matter.
like that's
Neither.
completely different from me.
Yeah, because they're like dykes that are way more masculine than a lot of men. Like Young and May. Like Young and May is more masculine than a lot of dudes, like actual guys.
Yeah.
So if I catch Young and May with my girl, I'm gonna assume she a dude.
But another thing about that though is like, I guess like, if you, it's like that thing where like it's like, oh, like if the person you were dating, this is like kind of related, but like you understand what I explained. But like, if the person you're dating is dating the past people they've dated don't look like you, then you're not actually their type. Have you ever seen that shit on like Twitter or like TikTok, like where they say like, oh, like the person you're dating, like if they have like, if you look different from everyone else they've dated, or like their next person looks different, then it may not actually be who they like are sexually attracted
Actually
to.
out of their usual type.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so I'm saying, so is the reason why like a more masculine, like lesbian woman would be more problematic to you because like they are more representative of like masculinity than like.
I mean, shit, they're pretty much all a threat. Like,
Yeah.
honestly.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah,
I don't think
they're pretty much all a threat on equal level.
Yeah.
Like, my girl could get took. It's gonna be by anybody. You can never
Yeah.
know.
I don't want nobody to take my girl, bro.
That'd be crazy. If a girl take my girl, I'll feel less bad about it. Because I
That's
know
gonna
she
make
can
me
do
feel
better than
worse.
men can.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right.
That's gonna make me feel worse.
Nah, not really.
That's gonna make me
Not
feel
really.
worse.
Oh,
bro.
really?
Not really.
Why?
Cause like you really just went to the total like your same gender to leave me. Like if it was the same sex, then okay. Like you into men, so it's like
Yeah.
you gonna leave me for a man. But if you leave me for a woman, like and you're a woman, like that just make me feel like
Yeah.
I'm not shit.
That's
like,
what's right.
Like I made you go to your same sex. Like
You get a
that's what
boyfriend,
made me
right?
feel like
And
shit,
your
bro.
boyfriend
The last person you messed with to go before
No,
you changed.
I've had this happen to a
You
lot of my
changed
friends actually, where they dated men who came out as gay.
just
No,
made
like
me- that
in
remind
high
me of
school
something.
though, not in college. I've not had it happen in college yet, but my mom told me when she was in college that a lot of the guys were like in the closet and they were dating like beards or whatever, and like then they graduated. That's what they called them.
Call them
They called them
beards?
a beard, like to like hide your. I don't know, but basically,
I see what you're saying.
yeah, but like
I see what you're saying. Okay.
it's a term. It's actually a term.
No way.
But like then she was saying when they graduated, like all these men started coming out, especially because colleges like can foster toxic masculinity, so people don't feel comfortable in their like identity, and like often like being gay is related to like femininity, so like it's like, but I think like a lot of my friends who did date men who ended up being gay, like for them it was just like, oh, like gay men can also see how beautiful a woman is. Like they can't not see that. Like it's not that it's like maybe they weren't attracted to like what's down there, but like that doesn't mean that they weren't like, oh, you're a beautiful person. Like they were still friends. Like one of my friends, like they broke up and they were still friends afterward, and he ended up being gay. But like that didn't make him like think she was like not attractive. It was more like he just like innately wasn't sexually attracted to her.
Bro, that like everything we just talked about reminded me of how when I was like with Jay, the person that you don't like, and like then she started dating the stud. Everybody was like, Alex, you did her dirty. You made her go to girls and stuff like that. I'm like, I didn't do anything though. But like,
They just
They're gonna be from the beginning. They're gonna be what they are, and like when they date you, maybe they find you like you're gonna empathize with them and be compassionate and be a good person. So they're attracted to that side of you. They may not be attracted to you sexually, but they're attracted to all these other qualities. But like, they just don't want a sexual relationship with you. It doesn't really like.
So I got a question
what's your question, bro?
for the woman. So hypothetically,
Hypothetically, I love the hypothetical.
you come home from a long day at work, you expecting dinner, but you come in and your man is getting railed by another man. Would you be more mad if it was if he was doing the ramming on another woman?
Wait, I'm coming home on an empty stomach.
No way.
I actually think I would be more mad at this woman because it means he's coming terms with his sexuality and he doesn't feel comfortable with it, and I feel bad for him. Like, I feel bad for the fact that he doesn't feel like he can genuinely be himself in the world. And so he feels like he has to use me to, like, not be himself in the world. Versus, like, if he's cheating on me using another woman, he's hurting both women. He's not hurting himself as much. But, like, if he's in a relationship with me and repressing his sexuality, he is hurting himself.
That's why she a franchise.
That's why she go to Yale.
You said married, right?
Oh, Mary.
You said married?
Everybody.
You said, I feel like
If you married for like 10 years.
if you added marriage to that, and mind you, multiple years to that marriage, that's something completely different. Because not only did you hide that from me, or like hide it from the world, you also made me start a life with you. On top of that, and then you added years on top. Like, nah, bro. Fuck. Honestly, fuck sympathy. Fuck sympathy.
Like if you married to somebody for 35 years and he comes to you
But that's the show. There's a show about
I'm gay.
There's a fictional show about that called Grace and Frankie, where they're married until they're old.
Yeah.
They're two old women, and their husbands are best friends. And it turns out their whole marriage that their husbands were hooking up, and then their husbands end up getting together and being together. So they end up living together as friends, the two women, the two older women, while their husbands end up living together as like a couple. And so like they have to figure out the dynamics because they're both like feel so betrayed, but at the same time like they have kids with these people and they have to like.
You have kids on top of that, bro. What? And then your kids are they're just dumbfounded. Like, my dad's gay.
Word, you just like
Like,
yo.
my dad's gay. Like, do you know how much that's gonna shift a child's like standing? Like, damn. They're gonna look at
nowhere too.
Exactly. They're gonna look at their father
That'd
like,
be a shock.
like, what the hell?
You come home one day, he sit you down. You think he about to? Damn, I think they about to get a divorce. He be like,
I'm gay.
"Son, I'm gay."
Like,
Wait, what?
Yeah.
But you be my mom. But me, my existence, it doesn't make sense.
But I thought.
But when you think about like, you think about Caitlyn Jenner, that's exactly what happened.
That situation would have me mad, vice
Did it
versa.
not?
Like if it was me, like.
Did it not?
bro, he had multiple kids with her.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we was trying her clothes when everybody was leaving the house. That ass. He was.
Yeah, my mom probably didn't know this.
But she's like very controversial in the sense that she like uses her like transgender identity as like a way to like speak for the whole community when she knows nothing about like
Exactly.
transgender
She
experience.
just came out.
And she doesn't even relate to like the oppression of transgender women because she gets like so many things.
Can we acknowledge something about
2 minutes.
Okay.
She's a
It's
woman
Caitlyn.
dating a woman.
It's Caitlyn now.
Yeah.
It used to be Bruce.
Yeah.
That man was an Olympic gold medalist. like
Well,
real,
really?
like real, like
For
big time.
real.
That man was on Wheaties boxes,
Yeah.
and it turns out that man wanted to be a woman the whole
Yeah.
time. That's
Can you
so
imagine-
People hide it.
Can you imagine how much like if you think about it, like all these celebrities are hiding so much, like about their sexual identities, like all this stuff, and like even about their gender, like, and some of it is coming up, but some of it will never come up, and you'll never know that someone was actually gay their whole entire career because they don't feel comfortable coming out. And you'd think like nowadays people would feel comfortable, but with like just like politics and like all of it, like
But even politicians, they be hiding so much too.
exactly.
They'll be the ones that put in the rule.
If we really unmasked every politician, you know how much dirt we'll
If you
find.
unmask
Mike
every
Pence,
celebrity,
like Mike Pence.
it'll probably be like
Yeah.
a few that you could pick out that have not done
Yeah.
I feel like
no
Mike
secret
Pence is
shit.
gay.
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
think Mike Pence is gay.
Well,
Because there's no way you go
he
that
did
hard
the
on gay
conversion. He
people.
was talking about how everyone should go to conversion. Like every gay person should. He like advocates for conversion therapy, and like I was like, did you go to conversion?
Why do you know so much about this?
Like is
But no one's gonna ask him that question.
You're sitting there like, yeah, it works.
Nobody's sitting there working like a charm.
like, it's crazy.
When we talking about social media and stuff like, well, not just social media, but like TV shows, actresses, everybody that's famous and stuff like that, their love and lust. How do you guys feel? Where do y'all guys want to start?
There's so many false portrayals of like loving relationships and lustful relationships, and like the way that they portray them are just.
You know,
I feel
hate,
like
my fault. Go ahead.
I feel like if you find your standard of love off of social media, then you have a problem.
Absolutely.
I feel like you only just at lust. Like you're stuck at a lust type of level because that's what social media is all about. Like if we look at Cardi B and and Offset, but that's only a lust type of relationship, or it's just lust in his
From
way
what
of
we
it.
see though.
Yeah, like all these celebrities cheating on each other.
Right.
And it's like they like keep going back, and then everybody be like, oh, if they relationship gonna work out, and she keep going back, I feel like I should. No, fam, you mentally fucking yourself up because you keep going back into a situation that's like not even good for you, and you know it's not good for you, but you just no, it's okay. He's gonna change. He said this and that. No, fam,
No.
he just fucking you and he doing you wrong.
And you know what's crazy too? Like how you be on social media, and if you really scroll through people's stories, you see all the people like, oh, relationship goals. Like Beyonce and Jay-Z is not my relationship goals. Like as much money as they got, I don't want to.
Bro, didn't he cheat on her?
Yes.
But
All
like
these
even
celebrities
when you
are
think about like
cheating.
Rihanna and ASAP, like in their new relationship, like you don't know nothing about that relationship. You don't know what it's like, and also like considering both their backgrounds in relationships, him being considered a colorist and her like having an abusive relationship, like
They got the second time
really her
around.
fault,
Like
though.
this is the second time they've been together.
Not really, not entirely.
I mean,
Chris Brown didn't have to wall
no,
out
obviously,
like that.
obviously not. But I'm
No,
just
no.
saying,
Whoa.
relationships are so much more complicated than they seem. Like when you first saw Chris Brown and Rihanna, everyone liked that relationship until they found out. So I'm saying that like there's undertones to every single celebrity relationship. It just hasn't.
You gotta
been
stop
revealed.
obsessing over other people's relationships that we see on social media. Like
Literally.
Lil
A lot
Durk
of people
and his
did
girl.
that.
Oh my
Remember that time you
god.
heard
Like
the
just
thing
because
where
they're
guys shoot
holding
out?
hands, just because they're holding
Like some
hands.
relationship
I think that
goals.
somebody tried to break into their crib and Dirk was shooting, she was shooting with him. Like, oh, I need somebody
Talking about
goals.
goals.
No.
I don't want nobody
It
coming
ain't
to my
even
house.
about that
Period.
life though.
Yeah, you
People
not.
don't be about that life.
Like, oh, pick up the pistol.
Most of just drop it. Oh no. Niggas fumbling. Oh no.
It's crazy.
Like, come on, bro.
Not
Stop it.
about that life,
It's also
bro.
because of like movies like Mr. and Mrs. Smith and like all
Mhm.
these different
Mm.
movies that
Oh,
show the
good ass
dynamics
movie.
of like
That
a
was a good
relationship that is like just like
You want to see something
Obsessed.
funny about that too?
obsessed with each other,
Obsessed.
chasing cat and mouse.
The funny part about that movie too, they played a couple in the movie. Brad Pitt was dating Jennifer Aniston. He cheated on Jennifer Aniston with
With
Angelina
Angelina
Jolie
Jolie.
during the movie, like during the
And
filming
then they
of the
ended
movie.
up getting divorced, yo. And everyone was like, Brangelina or whatever. Like,
Yo, why are
For,
we
like,
hyping these
years and
celebrities?
years.
Like,
Because they.
I don't get it.
We
'Cause
ain't
they
gonna
have
get
money.
into it, but they're idols.
They
They got
I mean,
money,
like,
they got power
honestly,
and
there's
stuff
some
like that.
the celebrities that we give so much attention to with the relationships. I feel like it's just because of their popularity. There's some celebrities out there who really got some good ass relationships going, like good ass relationships.
You know who probably got a good relationship? J. Cole and his girl, bro. They probably got a good ass
you know who was
relationship.
it?
'cause he barely
Corday
got a house.
and
They be
Naomi Osaka.
chilling.
Chilling,
I like that
bro.
relationship.
Chilling.
Every time you see them post, they
What?
be in different places. They got
They be
different
everywhere. Happy
hairstyles.
to look.
They vibing like
They-
she is the richest women's athlete on the
On the
planet.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
She makes the most money out of
Russell
any woman that
Wilson
plays any
and
sport.
Sierra.
Yeah. Facts.
I don't know. Something about that. Wait.
Why?
Something about
Why?
that.
I don't think
I don't
so.
know. Cause
I really
how do you
fuck
go
with
from
Sierra.
Future to Russell Wilson?
I don't know,
think
but
about that.
I actually like the relationship,
Future. Like the hood be obsessing about Future.
But
to
listen,
Russell Wilson, the
but-
golden boy.
you gotta think about how like some people they'll learn their lessons and they won't go back to what they just
Exactly.
left. So maybe she learned her lesson of that type of person that's not for me, and then she realized that's a lot of things that a lot of people don't understand is a lot of people don't understand what they deserve and the type of love that they deserve. So she understood that she don't need that toxicity because he's a deadbeat dad, but he's rich. That doesn't make any sense. So that's all that toxic shit, and she went to somebody that's loving and cares for her son. That's not even his kid. He don't gotta do that.
Nah, that's so crazy to me. Like she named
I
his son
feel like
Future,
she
and his name not even Future.
finally realized her love for herself. Cause it all starts with the love for yourself,
Yeah.
honestly.
No, that's true.
Everybody out nowadays love toxicity. Oh, I'm toxic this. I want this type of this type of that. Bro, I can't do that.
But I want to also like the fictional portrayals as well. Like the show you has like
That's a good ass show,
the
though.
dynamics of like that relationship and how many people will make TikToks where they pretend they're the, what's his name, the you got Joe with the hat, and they talk about their relationship, and they're like, this is me when my mans goes out and with his boys, like, this is me with the cap on. And I'm like, that's not really that funny, though.
That's
like,
not. That's
if it was
That shit's not funny. Like,
Let me be walking around with my boys laughing. I get a glimpse of you sitting there. Baseball cap.
this is something,
Bro,
man. That
Just
nigga,
sitting there.
Yo, y'all give me
incognito,
1 second. Y'all stay right here. What the fuck is you doing?
She got binoculars.
I'm walking straight towards you. No beeline and nothing. Straight towards you.
That's you better take your ass home. What's wrong with you? I'm out having a good time. You
I
being
don't think he's
weird.
that, yo, I don't think he was that good, bro. There was
I'm
no
out
way
shot.
no one seen him.
No
He
one
was so visible in every
Not
single
one person walked by like, yo, bro,
There were
you
no
good?
poles.
What be the most like obvious
But
nigga ever when they pulled out the hat, trying to
It's
turn
the
their
second
head?
season for me, because I didn't think Shorty was crazy during the second season. Come to find out, it was Shorty that's just like him.
I did. I didn't think she was just
See,
like
but
him, but I
that's
knew
the
she
thing.
was
That's
crazy.
the thing. That's another thing with
Bro.
masculinity and femininity, though, because women, I feel like, can disguise that craziness so easily. So easily.
I just feel
I
like
feel like sometimes
everybody-
the disguise is so like it's so easy to like to rely on like different things to, like that she like I believed her in the beginning that she was totally
high key,
fine.
but then she started doing
Like,
some
but then
sus
I was,
shit,
like,
and I was like,
thinking about
nah.
But then I was thinking about it too, and I was like, I know people who are kind of like her. And then I was also watching TikToks where these girls were talking just like her about their boyfriends and how they would like come. And I was like, okay, but like if a guy says this stuff, someone's like, oh my god, like
Put him in jail.
yeah. But
Throw away the
a
key.
girl is like hee hee ha ha, she's joking, right? Like
No.
she's not joking. She's
A
not
girl is
joking.
more likely to do it than a guy, I believe. I
She's
believe.
not
No,
joking.
but I honestly
believe
feel
it.
like
I
there's
don't
different
know.
types
I don't want to make it girl versus guy.
No,
because I think
I'm not trying to make it that, but
But
I don't know. Girls be really good detectives.
I feel like there's
Detective.
different
Find you
types
any-
of
find you
levels of
anywhere.
crazy
FBI
though.
level.
I feel like you have to meet that one person that just sets you crazy off. Like that one person that sets off a right
That's
amount of
valid.
crazy to you that makes everybody like, yeah,
I
she
think that's
insane.
valid.
Yeah.
I feel like a
Maybe it's the
girl
same
can
with
make a
men,
nigga
though.
crazy too.
If
I
you're not a
agree.
little
Yeah,
crazy,
it's the same with men.
But I feel like
Anyone can
Yeah,
become really
bro.
crazy.
I don't think
If
if
you're
you're
not
not a little bit
crazy,
crazy,
like,
if you're not a little bit
But
crazy,
you have
for
to
a
have
person,
feelings for that
Yeah.
person. Like you
Literally.
have to
But
have
then
feelings.
when do you find the divide between like being a little crazy for them because you love them or being a little
Yeah.
crazy because you crave their body?
That's
because
what I was about to
literally,
say.
if you think about it, like we talked about this, I feel like in another episode, like dopamine levels and stuff, and like how literally cuddling and like sex and like all sorts of things release different drugs in your body. So like you crave that, and specifically like when you associate memories with a certain person, you crave that. So then that's lustful. But then you're like, oh, but we were so good together. You only remember the good parts, and then like you're looking for that all the time. That's
I'm not even gonna front. Like earlier at work. Shout out Miss Angie. I know she watching the other videos right now. But this ain't going on right now. But shout out her. We was talking about that earlier, and she was like, the vibe between love and lust is when you start off with sex, and you like really like, you know, that person got some good fire, you know, her vagina, that shit fire, right? So, you know, I gotta hit her up like, yo, what you doing? Like, oh, you going out with your girls? Like, come through, like, you ain't even gotta go out, like, come through, like.
If you free, come through.
And it's like vice versa too, like, I'm going out with my guys, like, she hit me up, like, what you about to do? I'm about to go out with the dudes, like.
You know what I think the difference between
I'll
love
come
and lust
through.
is? If you, like, all right, let me set the stage. If you be like, all right, I'm going out with my friends, and she be like, oh,
What about me?
yeah, what about me?
What about
I
you,
feel
bro?
like they be like really like loving you.
yeah.
When they be wanting to always be around you, like they
Mm.
love you, like, and they
Could
not
be
think about
love, but,
sex.
like,
They
could
just
it
want to
be-
be in your
They
company.
just want to be around you without
Obsessed,
sex.
though.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But that's
That's
like,
Sometimes you could be obsessed
But I
without
don't
the
know.
sexual.
If you can't think about
I
somebody
think-
without thinking
I
about
think you
sex,
could be
you're
lust,
lust.
but I think you could be lustful for like emotional attention.
True. You
Right?
can lust for
Because
different
like
things.
you don't necessarily. It's not about the person's personality or what the person's
This
like
why
as a
she the
person.
franchise.
It's about like the fact that you can talk to them and they can like therapize you or like treat you like you're like and like help you out and like do all this stuff. Like it's less about like sex in that situation, but it's also just not about who you are as a person. Like when it's love, it's about like, oh, I love this person for their flaws and their good qualities. But like when it's lust, it's just like, oh, like they're easy to talk to, and I'm gonna talk to them when I can.
Or do you feel like lust could also be a way to feel like an abandonment issues or like any other type of issues.
So let me
You
get
feel like
into
you
that.
have
Let me get into that.
that, like, you just feel like, oh my God, he's giving me this and this is what I'm missing, so I'm lusting after that. Or like,
I feel like sometimes when we talk about lust and like situations like that, like when people say if somebody got like, all right, I'm gonna get to this. Say somebody got a high body count, right? I feel like somebody will rather lust to hide themselves and stuff like that instead of staying with that one person and getting that healing that they need.
They don't think they're gonna accept them, probably.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
And like even with like just body counts as a thing, like a lot of people will, oh, you got high body count, oh, you a hoe, you this, you that, like, but you never know what that person is going through and like behind the scenes. Like a lot of people, when I seen like a lot of females that I know, like they have a lot of trauma with like their body and stuff like that. People like just objectifying them for their body.
Mhm.
So like a lot of times, a lot of girls, they like looking for somebody, but the only way they know how to get somebody is because of their body. And like it messes somebody up when they're with that one person and that person don't really see them for their body, and now they're in like a whole like they don't know what to do with that. Cause it's like everybody else has seen me from my body, but you see me from. I don't even know if I'm answering your question. I'm sorry.
Oh, wow, this is
no, I mean like you were
getting it. You
was getting
getting
into
thorough
it,
with
so
it.
you might as well
yeah.
just finish.
Okay,
Keep
so,
going.
but like yeah, like a lot of times like I'm gonna talk about me, like I got high body count, like, and like for me I was hiding from the fact that I was a toxic person. Like hey, y'all always tell me, bro, you toxic. And it's like
I
I'm
feel
like sometimes I'd be
everybody
like,
has to go through some type of toxic phase to really be like, all right, this is what I need for myself.
No, I didn't go through no toxic shit.
So you automatically knew from the get go.
I ain't never been toxic.
Like you never had to go through some type of phase.
I ain't never
You,
been toxic.
you never had a
Look
bad
me in my eye and say
breakup?
that. Look me in my
You
eye and
never
say that,
had a
babe.
bad breakup?
Look me in my eyes.
nah, that ass, bro. You can't look at either one of
Look
us.
me in my
Alright,
eyes.
alright. What y'all define as toxic?
Well, I don't
Okay.
just think it's like cheating and stuff like that.
Nah, I ain't
think
never
it's
cheat.
like,
I don't do that.
yeah,
I
I
don't
think
get like that.
go ahead, you can.
I feel like toxic could be anything because toxic for everybody is different. Toxic for me is just something that's not good for you personally. That's just not good for you at all. It could not be good for the person.
I feel
It
like
could be anything, literally anything.
I feel like
depending on your
toxic is
standards.
like it's like your ego. It's hiding
Pride.
Yeah,
Fucking
your
pride,
pride
man.
is like hiding you from your real self. Because I was hiding from. I'm a loving ass person. I love love. I love being around somebody. I love being with one person. I love that. And like, again, like I was hiding from that part of me. And a lot of times, a lot of people would be like one person is just like, yo, you're real authentic. Like you're a real genuine person. You're a real this. And I'm like thinking like, but have I been this whole entire time? But before I met you, like I've always been that person. It's like, am I finding my way back? So like when you get away from your genuine, authentic side, that's when you turn toxic because now you have I feel like I built the ego because I was so confident in high school. Like a lot of times people would be like, how do you get that girl? Don't worry about it. I'm just me. I look good. Like I got her. She outside my league, but I got her though. And I fed into that. So now I'm getting away from my genuine self and stuff like that. And I turned real toxic and like that kind of led into college where it's like, man, I can't be as confident and blunt as I was in high school because I was just getting in high school. But college is a totally different thing, and it made me see who I really was.
Okay, but about confidence, because I feel like a lot of people struggle with this. I feel like people kind of confuse the difference between confidence and pride in a relationship, or like what they consider like, oh, that's just me being me. Like that's just how I am, or that's just how I act. Like, what is pride and what is confidence, and how do people really get that confused when they're dealing with somebody else, or like when they're just dealing with something like a situation? Yeah, like confidence, cockiness, pride, all that.
Because confidence is usually supposed to be considered a good thing.
Mhm.
Like cockiness and pride are not necessarily good things.
I kind of view
Cockiness is definitely not.
I kind of view cockiness and confidence in like kind of this manner. Like you really only cocky around other people.
Mm.
You confident by
In
yourself.
yourself,
Yeah,
yeah.
you confident by yourself. Nobody really can make you confident in you. You got to be able to make you confident. Now people can boost your
Security.
ego and make you cocky,
Mm-hmm.
but they can't make you confident.
Mm.
That's how I feel like those are
Do you
That's how
feel
it's
like that
separated.
portrays in every situation? Because I know some people, I've actually encountered some people who would act certain ways in front of different groups.
Mm.
Like they would always put a facade in front of a certain type of group, or like they would act this way in a certain in front of group. And like sometimes it fucks with your head because it's like who is the real you in just every
Honestly.
situation.
Honestly, that all goes into having to fit into a character with each person unique. Cause I can't act the way I act with y'all, with like some people I'll be running the streets with or some shit like that. Like, I can't be as goofy as that, or I can't like act with y'all how I'll act with my mom or some shit. Like everybody, it's like people feel like they have to put on a character for every person they're around, so they get mixed up in their own personality and don't know who they are because you already put on a show for like 5 different groups of people.
But I mean, like even before that, I feel like you still should have a gist of like who you really are. Like you're putting so many faces on. Like you yourself have to know like who's the real me. At least be real. Like at least with one person. Like show
I think you're always
every
learning
faces.
though about yourself, and you're always learning who you are throughout your life. Like I don't think anyone really knows fully
Yeah.
who they are, and
But
I
like they
think
have
they're
a good
growing and they're
standing, like a
discovering.
good standing of like this
Yeah.
is me, and I'm always gonna be
I
ever
mean, you
changing.
can be secure in yourself. I think it's
sure.
like security and like finding like a
Mhm.
grounding point, like you were saying. Like, but I definitely think that like just because you change with different people, like it depends on how you change, right? Like, are you being respectful? Is that like is respect different for different people? It's also cultural, right? Like, are you code switching? Like, it's like in certain environments you really can't act a certain type of way, and like that's not up to you to decide. But that doesn't mean you're not confident in yourself. It just means that you are being respectful to the environment, or like, or sometimes you don't get to choose and it's forcing it upon you. So like, I mean, as long as you know who you are deep down, and like with the people that you authentically enjoy, you're that way. Which I mean relates back to love. Like if you authentically enjoy someone, you're going to authentically be yourself.
Because sometimes you're gonna meet like a girl, like or a boy for you, and you're gonna be like, all right, I'm not gonna do the same things I did prior to being with them because they seem different, they feel different. So you just kind of want to be different. And when you being different, you kind of being yourself, because when you're like when there be guys out here just 50, 60 women, you know what I mean? Like that's them kind of putting on a mask, because like sometimes it's just like, yo, I don't really want nobody to see who I like really am. You kind of scared of that. You kind of scared to let people in, because once you let them in, you think they're gonna look at you differently. Like, oh, I knew you weren't this, or you know what I mean? People scared of that stuff, so they just want to keep them away.
I feel like, in all honesty, everybody in the world puts on a mask.
Absolutely.
Oh God, that's why people be so like not in love and lust with a lot of these people, because you thought you was really falling in love with somebody else, but you really just fell in love with the mask. So you're loving the mask they put on, but the lust is just like the physical being of that.
That's
person.
exactly. It's like the idea. You're just loving the idea.
It's like since you got another body,
the idea.
since you got another body to connect with, it's like, all right, now we got that feeling.
But my
you can't fully
question
put the
is-
love in it because you're not loving that person.
Your question
you're loving
about
the
to get cut
character.
Oh, question. How do you guys feel, or like personally or not personally, how do you feel like people would react, or how people feel after they realize that what they lusted after, or like the idea they quote unquote fell in love with, was just all like a big lie to themselves and to the person that they was actually with, or like lusted after or loved? So,
Yep. You wanna go? Should I go?
Bro,
Go ahead. Go ahead. You go first.
bro, the betrayal that comes from the feeling of lusting after somebody or something, just them, and it's just like not really that person, is so hurtful, bro.
Do I know who
Like,
you're talking about though?
Don't worry about it. So
Yeah, I know.
hurtful, bro.
Yeah, I know.
It's like this person could have made you happy every step of the way, every day of your life with them, and then just take off the mask, and now it's just, you're dealing with a completely new person that you know nothing about.
Wait, so like, can you like, because I'm trying to understand what the mask, how extreme the mask
Like,
is, you know?
I
you feel like there's
That shit
levels
was
to it, too.
everybody.
Like, are
it's
they
so
like
many different masks.
are they lying about things in their life,
I
or
gotta
are they
take off my
just
shirt
their
for it.
personality
That shit was
changing?
It's like the person. It's like, as you saying, when you act different with different groups,
Yeah.
but it's permanent. Like you just put on a whole different character just so that I will fuck with you. But then when I actually get with you, you're not that character.
So like, oh, like I like this and that and that and that, and then
Yeah, it's
you
like-
ask me some more specific questions.
It's like a leading on type of thing.
But what if
It's
it's
like a
just
leading
the
on type of
idea? Like, you know how people could be like, oh my god, like the idea of this and this and this. Like, oh my god, we would be like so cute if we did this. Or like,
Yeah.
I just love this about this person because you're projecting
Nosy.
everything
And now
you
imagine-
want onto that person.
Yeah,
when you realize
it's like
not.
projection thing, but imagine projecting all of this and them still feeding into it and putting shit into your mind.
Now after that, that's just some fucked up shit. Like
Yeah,
you're
like-
really playing into
So
your
then what
hand.
do you do? Do you continue to be with the person and then start playing the games to manipulate back?
Hell no.
No.
Or do you drop it?
I feel-
No, because
Or do you,
I
like,
feel like a lot
confront
of
it?
people will cap and say no.
I'm
But I
not
feel
gonna
like
cap.
a lot of people stay in the
I
situation
would do. In certain situations,
and
I would
start
do
to
it.
like
I mean,
because
that's-
because
I
they
would do it. I'm
lusted
not gonna
over
lie to
the
you.
But how
reminder,
severe
you're
does it have
lustful
to be
over
for
the
you to
person.
actually play into
So
it?
you still want this to keep going.
I mean, feel me?
but then it's revealed that there's something.
It's really just like, am I gonna play? If I play along with this person, what kind of consequences will I get if they then stop playing and they like feed into what I'm giving them? So when you think about it that way, I feel like it's a lot harder for me to want to be like, since you want to play games, I'm gonna play games. Because now if my games get worse than your games, and now you really feeling some type of way, and then I just leave, what kind of repercussions am I gonna get from that? And I feel like, I mean, that's like a kind of like trial and error thing, and we don't really gotta get into that. But I feel like it's like if I'm like every day we going out for walks, and we just talking, we vibing and stuff. Oh my god! And we vibing like we go to your room or whatever, and we just vibing out, man. And then like we do the do, and then like after that, I'm trying to see what you trying to get into, and you like, yeah, I can't do this right now. What you mean? Like you just put me in this whole type of mood now. I really want to be with you. I like your vibe. We did the do. And now you like, now you just want to skedaddle.
But that's what I'm saying about like the whole like thing where it's like they could want to use you in certain circumstances for certain things, and like that's lustful because they like are like, oh, this person's filling the space of being like someone I can talk to.
Fam, tell me what you want from the beginning. I'll give it to you.
But not everybody's like that.
Yeah.
And as
Not
much as people be like, oh my
thing,
god, I'm as
bro.
real as this, like, you're not gonna really tell me up front, like, oh yeah, I just want sex, or oh yeah, I just want to fuck buddy, or oh yeah, I just want to love and hug on you. Like, you're not gonna do all that
I would
shit.
tell you.
Like,
Yeah.
that bullshit
You're
right
lying,
there,
bro.
like,
I
nah.
hate
Yeah.
Oh my god, that gets me so mad.
Bro, that
Always talk
comment
about
alone.
if I didn't fuck with you.
Why would I talk to you? Like, why would I still be
talk to you?
here?
There are niggas that
And
look
it's
me
like,
dead
that's
in
just
my
not
face.
true.
Have told me they
Like,
fuck
you
with
would
me.
talk
and
to
do not
me.
fuck with me.
But I
You
think
would
it's
talk
worse
to
is
me
when they
because
look you dead in
you
your
want
face and be like,
something to
I
do.
love you. And that's all a fucking
Straight
lie. Like, look you dead in the fucking eye. Straight as shit. Straight face.
No,
not even
but they won't
smiling.
even
I love
say-
you.
Yeah, they'll
Like,
say-
that's lies.
But the
That's
worst
all
comment I
lies.
ever got was, I was supposed to be the one that was different. Get the fuck out of here. You knew what you did. You were supposed to be different. Get out of my face. Gang.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
bro.
At that point, open the door for her.
You know what'd be the common one?
What's coming?
I'm not like these other bitches out there.
I'm like these other niggas out there.
Nah, she don't never
bro.
be like the other bitches out there. She be 10 times worse. She's the worst one out of all of them. She be like, yeah, I'm not like these bitches out here. You damn sure right. Because you're the worst one. Like, you are horrendous. Like,
No.
But I feel like after a moment, the games. I feel like the games are never really changing. It's the same shit over and over again. Niggas are just using different
repetitive.
tactics
It's the
for
same.
it.
But it's also because people are
game,
scared
bro.
to be vulnerable. Like,
But I
people are
feel like
scared to be
vulnerability,
emotional.
honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I'd be scared to be vulnerable
Me
because
too.
that feeling like, damn, bro, I'm letting you get a little too close to me. And at the moment, like, you could really just twin around and like just fuck shit up. And it's just like,
That love
bro,
shit
like,
make you
square up
feel
real quick, like,
funny,
let me
bro.
fight
It's
you.
like everybody was not raised to be vulnerable. We can get to that another time.
Especially in a minority household, like
Yeah.
that shit's
Everybody was not
not
raised
And so
common.
you just
That's
put a
like-
wall
it's like-
up.
like,
'cause
what,
you're
you love me?
I can't do
You love me?
this, and you don't believe anything anyone says.
I'm not gonna
That's the
lie.
common one. When
I'm
somebody
not-
tell you they love you, but it didn't really love you, you be like,
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Like, no, if they tell
I'm
you
not going to lie to
anything,
you.
you don't
My
believe it.
family only tells me they love me if they need something from me. Like, You know I love you,
Stelle,
right?
you know I
Like,
love you.
what do you want?
People hang up the phone.
What do you want,
You know when
bro?
people hang up the phone, they're like, love you. I don't hear that shit in my family. No.
They're just like, bye. Just like, bye.
Bye.
But sometimes they don't even say bye. They just
They
hang up.
just hang up.
I'll be on the phone with my mom. She'll be like, love you. I'll be testing it sometimes. Just, all right, bye. What? I love you.
Every time me and my mom say it, but other times we don't. It's like, all right, but.
Sometimes if you feeling weird, it's just like,
It's weird.
Why
do
say
I
you
feel
love
weird
me?
saying I
Like,
love
Yeah.
you to my mom?
like,
I could really
it's so weird.
using my whole like relationship right now as an example. Sometimes I be looking at her like, you don't want to be with me. Like, what is you here for, guys? You don't want to be with me. Why are you here
After a while of
for?
being with your significant other, you really be thinking like, yo, do you really want to be with me for the long run?
Bro,
like that shit, like you could.
Bro,
That is
that
I
was
be
trauma.
thinking about that. I be thinking about that.
That
Dead ass in the back
trauma
of my head with this nigga.
be
I
right
be like,
here.
bro.
And then you
Do
do
you really
all
wanna
this
be with
stuff.
me
You
for
do
a
all
long
this
time?
stuff for them because you're trying to be like, don't leave me.
That's what it all boils down to. Don't leave me.
Like, bro, just
But I'm
don't
literally-
leave.
Don't
You're
leave. That's
breaking,
what
like
it
you're
all
literally
boils
breaking
down
your
to.
back for this person. Like I'm showing you the good in me and everything that you could be. Like you're trying to bring out the best in them, and for them to just turn around and be like, yeah, I don't want you no more.
See, but that's love. Like, wanting, like being like that is
What do you
loving someone. Like, loving someone is willing to be that vulnerable where you can, like, don't leave
Word.
me.
But honestly, I'm not even gonna hold you as much as it hurt. I rather put my all into it, so when I leave, I could be like, yeah, nigga, I gave you my all. You can't say shit about me.
Yeah.
I gave you
Can I ask you a question?
everything.
And even if they do, it's just
And even
not
if
the
they do,
truth.
they're gonna look at you like, nah, bro, she dead ass
she
did.
did a
So,
lot
like, what the
for
fuck
you.
did you
No,
do?
can I start
Yeah.
with something?
There'd be some people like, yo, bro, why?
Do y'all, was y'all ever like, when like prior to like when you're in a relationship, right? Did you ever have like a fear in the back of your mind that was just repetitive, over
Yes.
and over and over, and then it happened?
Yes.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
That is,
oh my god.
that is like the worst feeling
the thing
ever.
is-
It's worse when you find out about it yourself.
The thing is, I
Nah,
was,
it's worse when you find out about it from somebody else.
I feel
I
like
was
it's
in the
worse when you find out about it
opposite
yourself.
situation, though. I was in
But
the
other
opposite
people knew about it.
situation.
It's worse when you find about it
Homeboys,
yourself, but other people knew. Cause
Whoa.
that's some
That
shit.
make me want to fight.
That's some
Yeah.
That
shit.
makes me want to fight.
But I was in the opposite situation. Like, I was in a relationship where, like, my boyfriend kept saying, like, my ex-boyfriend now, but, like, he kept saying, like, I'm not good enough for you. Like, he kept saying it every single time. He would say it every time we were, like, together. He would just be like,
That's
I don't
a
know
red
why you're
flag,
with me. I'm not good enough for you.
It's a red
We were
flag.
dating for a really long time. And he kept saying, I'm not good enough for you. And it's like he manifested that shit. Like,
That's
I was
also
like,
another thing.
okay, and then you became it.
I manifested some shit
For sure.
to myself.
For sure. I done
I
manifested
was
some
like
stuff.
shit
I
myself.
done manifested some stuff for sure.
Be like, and I regret that shit. Now I'm just like, okay, I can't do this. I'm not gonna look for shit because I know I'm getting my feelings hurt. I'm not gonna look for shit. I'm not gonna do shit. I'm gonna just sit here, try to, manifest positive things. And if that shit just don't work out, it don't work out. Whatever is for me is for me. Whatever is not, fuck
I just
it.
don't like getting my hopes up. Because when I get my hopes up, they get up. They're high.
Yeah.
So when you disappoint me,
Especially if you're
But
really
But the thing is,
optimistic
if you love
person.
someone, you're willing to be disappointed by them and be like, it's okay that you're flawed. You know what I mean? And like you get over it.
But
not
that's
that
another
type of
thing.
disappointment.
But that's
Yeah.
another thing. How much is flawed is too flawed for you, and what would you really accept? Because sometimes flaws can really overstep your boundaries, and you're like, nah,
Yeah.
that's it.
Because if a nigga smacking
Not
on you, you
happening.
like, ah, he's flawed.
Oh.
No, sir.
Like,
No,
nah.
I
sir.
feel like that
That's-
It's not a flaw that you jail. Go to jail.
Can I tell you something I don't like?
What you like?
It's definitely like coming from like older generations that's like 30, 40.
Mm.
But when we was growing up, I know for me, like I don't know if it's different for y'all, but like for me, it was always experience as many as you could and then settle down.
I don't feel like
that.
But let
I
me
don't
tell
feel like
you,
that's a good thing.
I
though.
just don't like why do you want me to like I feel like that's coming from a place of hurt that some older men have not healed from themselves. So you want me to you want me to hurt all these females and then settle down because one person in high school hurt your feelings? Get over it, cuz. Why can't I experience
But how can
and
niggas
settle
really get
down?
over that?
That's for real.
Nobody's gonna seek for help for that though.
Nah.
But it's like
And if they do, it's
my
to
thing
drugs.
is
Or
growing
some shit.
up, I want it to be experience, settle down. You could while you're experiencing, you could settle down with a person. Not like settle down and still be experiencing people on the side. No, like you could settle down.
Genuine.
And if y'all if y'all go the way, y'all go the way. If y'all break up, then it's like, all right, continue to experience more. But know that you could settle down. You don't always gotta be experiencing. Because when you come to that settle down, you don't know how to settle down. You know how to experience people.
Hold on, Stelle. I'm about to say, help could bring you but so far. Like all help could do is walk you to the threshold of the door. But people have to be willing to walk through that door.
Help don't get you.
It literally all comes down to you. Like you're the one that's making decisions. It's all up to you. Nobody else. It's really all up to you.
To the interest.
But the thing is about that, I just feel like, you know how every relationship is different?
Mm-hmm.
Like literally every relationship. People are saying that, oh, you have to do this, like, or like after your third relationship or like your third serious relationship, that's when you really find your like your true love. Like first of all, I don't really believe in true love. I just believe you fall in love with whoever you fall in love with, like whoever connects to you the most. I just feel like honestly, there's people who find their first love on the first try. I'm not gonna lie, I be jealous. But like shit happens. It's just to me, I'm just like I feel like you could give advice on relationships, but don't tell people how the relationship's supposed to be. And I feel like that's what's wrong with society today. Like people are telling people what the relationship is.
If you're not doing this,
it's fucking up hella relationships out here. Like they're beautiful.
Yo, that is I hate that.
What is he doing?
Or on social media, if when you get sad, he don't send you money, he don't love you.
I literally
don't love my girl. If I'm broke,
I literally saw a nigga.
That's the thing. People were telling me when I was in my relationship because my boyfriend was broke, like that me paying for him wasn't okay. And I was like, yo, like,
like they always have to pay on the date. Like, let me get some.
You're telling me that,
if you got
like, I can't be paying for this man who I love, like, because he's supposed to provide for me, like.
That's also another thing. I don't like how society portrays like the man has to do everything. Like, damn, let me do something too. Like, let me cater to you sometimes. Feel me? Like, let me show you deserve to be treated like a king or like you feel me? Or like let me show you like it's not only females that deserve to be pampered. Honestly. Like the way my mom pampers my dad, I'm like, damn.
Hey.
And the way my dad pampers my mom, I'm just like, damn, I want that.
It's reciprocal.
Bro, everything is reciprocated, bro. Everything
I want love too. Like if I'm doing these things for you, but you only doing the bare minimum for me.
Yeah.
How that shit fair?
No,
that's fair.
But the thing you were saying about giving advice on relationships, I hate when my friends ask me for relationship advice about their relationship.
I don't tell them what to do.
Because I'm like, I can't tell you what to do about the situation that you're in. I haven't experienced the things that you've experienced. All I can tell you is like, oh, like this is like maybe not the best thing.
Damn.
But like I'm not gonna be like that's something that you should change, like unless you want to change it. Like
Yo,
I love her to death. I love her to death, but she gets me tight.
No, you can't be saying that. Sit down. You can't be saying that. You can't be saying that. We might have to edit that one out.
Hell no.
You the host.
But
you can't get mad.
honestly, I just feel like you can never tell somebody what to do. You could give them like, if it was me, I would do this, but this is your decision. So you feel me? You do what you really think is best for you.
I feel like at sometimes though they mistake that as like you could, like I'm not telling you to do this, but you could do this as you telling them to do it.
Like nah,
they signals crossed on that.
You be like,
and if they come back to me like you told me to do, I'm like I never said that.
I
never said that.
I did.
I never said that. I said I would do that.
Work for me.
Exactly.
It's not that work for you.
Or they think you have bad ill intentions when you say something like that. They're like you're trying to mess it up, and I'm like,
or like when you try to
like, let me just step back.
when you try to show it to them from all angles because they're seeing it from inside, you're seeing it from outside. I feel like you need both perspectives, kind of. You need to see how people see it from outside and how you see it from inside.
I can tell you how I see it without telling you what to do. I could be like, this is what it looks like to me. This is what it looks like to you. Now do what you want to.
There you go. There's the red flags and there's the green flags. You feel me? Do as you please.
Yeah.
At some point, you just
but then again, if it's dangerous, if it's a dangerous situation, I'm gonna
if it's dangerous, I'm gonna be like, all right, get out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, get out. Let's get out.
I'm tight. I'm tight, man.
But I feel like it's all out of love. Everything is really, you should always move out of love. For me, I feel like everything comes to you greatly when you just really just move out of love.
Yeah. That's true. That's it.
That's
the model.
Hey, that's it.
Honestly, if it doesn't, then fuck it. That shouldn't really decipher how you should. That shouldn't really decipher how you should move. Like, if somebody did some shit to you, okay, but that shouldn't be like, oh, now I have to change this or that, or like still be you, but like just be very, very selective on how you give it and like who you give it to.
Yeah, if people be giving too much of themselves. And then after a relationship being used, it's like, you know what, I'm gonna start taking this away. No, you shouldn't have gave it to that person. That person.
And I feel like regardless, the signs are always there. Like before, the signs are always there before. Even
Literally.
the talking stage, bro. The talking stage is really the break point.
Even that talking stage.
Just need
Yeah,
a
we
lot.
married or we
But
not.
the thing about
Because you gotta get to know the
that is you
person,
can't
though.
move too quickly. You
Yeah,
can't move
that's
too
the
quickly
only
because
reason.
that's toxic. That's lust. If you're
Yeah,
moving
bro.
super quick, I'm sorry.
Yeah, bro.
This
But
you're not
some
getting to
people
know
You gotta
just-
build a
some people
friendship
just
before a
move
relationship
quickly.
type.
Like people be dating for like a month and be like, oh yeah, like
I'm in love.
I'm in love, or like 2
Then it
weeks
for-
talking about I'm in love,
Oh, I love this woman.
right? Like,
Hey, yo, on that note, we gotta close this out. Bro. On that note, we gotta close this out.
But there is no perfect time. Like for everyone, it's different.
Bro, whatever
Like,
time is, bro,
I feel like move on your own time. Whatever's for you is for
Bro,
you.
what is the, get to know the person that you really trying to fall in love with, because they may not be on the same time as you, bro. They may not be the same. It might be a lustful relationship one side. It might be love one side, lust the other.
I just feel like pay attention even when they're not doing shit. Just pay attention.
If they only
Even
want
when
you
they're
for
not
your
doing shit,
body,
just
they
pay
don't
attention.
love you.
That's love.
What?
If they only want you for your
First of
body,
all, if they don't love you for your personality first, fuck them.
Because I'm a
Yeah.
personality
Oh, God.
guy,
Fuck
man.
Just fuck them.
I'm the guy.
Listen, man, I just
What
want
we
somebody.
I'm the guy. I'm the dude.
I just want somebody to hold me, bro.
Word, tell me it's okay. I love you.
Yeah, bro. Like,
What?
He said, "Tell me so, what?"
Just want somebody to hold me. I love you.
somebody to hold
Nah.
me,
And on that note,
We out of here.
Good night.
Come on, man.
Man,
bro.
move throughout love, man. That's the motto that we
That's
saying,
all
man.
we saying.
Move
man.
throughout
That's all we
love.
saying, baby.
If you ain't moving throughout love, what are you
What
doing?
you doing?
huh?
what you
You
doing?
moving like the devil. We don't want to mess with
You
you.
bringing negativity
I
to
don't know if
yourself.
it's that bad.
Hey, bro.
But you
Yes,
moving
it
real
is.
wild.
Kendrick
Love
said.
always.
Kendrick said, "We put on this
That's my
earth
favorite rapper.
To love.
to love. We put on this earth to love, man. So that's
That's
all
it.
we supposed to be doing." And
Get out y'all bullshit.
Life is more fulfilling.
listen,
Love.
man, share the video, subscribe. You
You
know what I'm
feel
saying?
me?
Put on that bell,
feel
man.
me?
Ring that
Send me
bell, my
flowers.
guy.
Buddy.
Send them
I
flowers.
want to feel loved.
We want to feel
I want a rose.
We love y'all.
Probably like one.
This is off rip. And we
I want some
signing
fruit
out.
roll-ups.